A few years ago, one bad comment could ruin my entire day. Someone ignored my message? I'd replay it in my head for hours. Someone judged me? Instant anxiety. Someone disliked my decision? I'd start questioning myself. And the scary part is, I thought this was a normal. Until I read a book that completely attacked the way I saw relationships as success, confidence, even happiness. This book basically says, you can either live your life trying to satisfy everyone, or finally become free. And honestly, that idea offended me at first. The Courage to be Disliked by Ichiro Kishimi and Fumitake Koga is based on the psychology of Alfred Adler. What if your biggest prison is your obsession with being accepted? In this video, I'll break down the biggest lessons from the book, how I personally struggled with them, and most importantly, how you can actually apply them in real life.
Most people don't realize how much of their life is controlled by approval. We filter our opinions, we hide our personality, we say yes when we want to say no. We stay quiet just to avoid conflict. It's not because it's logical. It's because we're terrified of rejection. I used to do this constantly. I'd overthink texts before sending them. I'd avoid speaking honestly because I didn't want people to think negatively about me. Even while creating content, I'd wonder, will people judge this? Will this make me look stupid? What if people dislike me? And that mindset quietly kills creativity. Because when your entire identity depends on external approval, you stop living your life. You start managing impressions instead. In the book, The Courage to be Disliked, there is a concept that changes everything: the separation of tasks. It's the radical idea that what other people think of you is not your task. Your task is to live honestly. Their task is how they interpret it. Most of us live in a state of constant exhaustion because we are trying to control things we never could. We want everyone to understand us, to agree with us, to validate us. But the math of humanity doesn't work that way. Someone, somewhere, will always misunderstand you. Even the most respected figures in history were met with harsh criticism. If they couldn't please everyone, why are we killing ourselves trying? Trying to avoid criticism is like holding up a paper umbrella to stop a storm. It might feel like a shield for a moment, but eventually, reality punches through. Stop trying to manage the rain. Just focus on your walk. Now, this next lesson is controversial. The book argues that we often use past experiences as explanations for why we can't change. Not always consciously, but psychologically. For example, I'm shy because of my childhood. I can't trust people because I was hurt. I procrastinate because I lack motivation. The book challenges this completely. It says, maybe those things affected you, but they don't have to control your future. That honestly made me uncomfortable, because it's easier to believe we're trapped by our past than to accept responsibility for changing. But over time, I realized something. Confidence didn't appear first. Action did. Discipline didn't magically arrive. Small, repeated choices built it. Most personal growth feels less like a lightning strike and more like slowly sharpening a blade in the dark. The title of the book sounds harsh at first. Who wants to be disliked? But that's not the point. The point is this: if you live authentically, some people naturally won't like you, and that's okay. Freedom and approval rarely live in the same house. The moment you stop needing universal validation, your personality becomes lighter. You stop performing. You stop explaining yourself to everyone. You stop shrinking your goals just to stay acceptable. And ironically, that's when you finally become more genuine. Now, after talking about all these problems, the fear of rejection, people-pleasing, constantly needing validation, the real question is, what can we actually take away from this book? Because understanding the problem is one thing, but if nothing changes in your daily life, then it's just another self-help video. So here's what I think the real solution is. For me, the biggest lesson was learning to stop living for approval. I started noticing how often I changed my behavior just to avoid judgment, over-explaining decisions, overthinking opinions, constantly wanting validation. So instead of trying to make everyone like me, I started focusing on things I could actually control: my actions, my habits, my work, and my honesty. Small things help the most. Saying what I actually think, posting without overthinking reactions, saying no without feeling guilty. And over time, I realized something. The less you depend on people's approval, the more peaceful your mind becomes. I think that's the real message of the courage to be disliked. You don't need everyone to accept you to start respecting yourself. If this video resonated with you, comment the moment you realized you cared too much about other people's opinions. And if you want more videos that break down psychology, self-improvement, and human behavior in a practical way, hit subscribe. See you in the next one.